Stay tuned for Pause for Thought, the podcast hosted each week by cats and dogs with a message. And now here's your friendly host, Miss Annabelle.
Welcome back to Pause for Thought, everyone. Today, we're diving into a topic that's been on the minds of many parents and educators alike: kids trying to be adults way too soon. Here to share her insights on this cultural trend is our guest, Susanna. Thanks for joining us, Susanna.
Thanks, Annabelle. This is definitely a big topic and one that's affecting more and more young people today.
Absolutely. Let's start with what we're seeing out there. More young girls are wearing makeup and even high heels at an age that seems way younger than it used to be considered normal. And for young boys, things like smoking or even experimenting with alcohol seem to be happening earlier and earlier. What are your thoughts on why this is happening?
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with exposure. Kids today are constantly seeing older role models in media and online influencers who seem glamorous, successful, and cool. Social media can make them want to emulate those looks and behaviors, often without understanding the consequences.
Social media really does speed up how quickly trends spread, especially to younger audiences. With young girls wearing makeup, how do you think this affects their self-image?
That's such an important point, Annabelle. When young girls start wearing makeup early, they might feel pressure to keep up a certain appearance all the time, which can affect their self-esteem. They might feel they aren't enough without makeup, which isn't healthy for anyone, let alone a child who's still developing her sense of self.
It's easy to see how that could become an issue down the line. What about young boys experimenting with things like smoking or drinking? How does that impact them?
With young boys, peer pressure can be a major factor. Boys often feel they need to prove themselves in certain ways, and unfortunately, smoking or drinking can seem like a shortcut to maturity. But these habits can lead to serious health risks and potentially long-term consequences if they aren't careful.
Exactly. It's like they're looking for ways to seem grown up without fully understanding what that means. Do you think there are ways that parents and mentors can help kids feel secure without feeling the need to rush into adulthood?
Definitely. One of the best things we can do is encourage kids to value their individuality and focus on their interests rather than appearances. It's also important for parents to set a strong example themselves and have open conversations. Kids should know it's okay to just be themselves without trying to impress anyone.
Great advice, Susanna. Being comfortable in your own skin is a huge part of growing up, and it doesn't need to be rushed.
Exactly, Annabelle. Kids will have plenty of time to be adults. The key is helping them enjoy their childhood and understand that real confidence comes from within, not from external markers like makeup or risky behavior.
Well said, Susanna. Thank you for sharing these insights today. Hopefully, this will encourage parents and young people to think carefully about what growing up really means.
Thank you, Annabelle. I'm glad we could discuss this. It's such an important topic for families everywhere.
That's it for today on Pause for Thought. Thanks for joining us, everyone, and we'll see you next time.